no monthly payment, no credit score requirement, no income verification requirement. I had a mental orgasm because this is really a great program. So on this video, I'm going to introduce you to our brand new Pennington Consulting Group program funding packet. Okay, excuse me, I'm traveling with my family, so I know it's a little bit dirty behind me, but focus on me. And here in just a second, you're going to focus on the screen. We're going on a Power Pack video. Okay, I know it's been a while. I've been working on so many different changes. But on this video, I'm going to introduce you to a funding packet and why we're going to be using this funding packet. But most importantly, if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to teach you how you can get business owners capital for their business up to a 10-year loan with no monthly payments, no credit score requirement, no income verification required. Sounds crazy. You can borrow up to $500,000. Okay, insane product. Okay, partnered up with the lender this week. I've got about 4 lenders that are offering this product. Again, just listen to what I just said. Get up to a $500,000 loan, $500,000 access to capital for their business, 10-year term, balloon payment at the end of the 10 years, no monthly servicing required, no credit score requirement, no time and business requirement. Amazing. We're going to learn a little bit more about that program. I wanted to think about the lifespan of a client. You know, what are you taking your clients through whenever you meet them? You know, how do you get them, what are they going through, and what are the different stages as it pertains to the lifespan of a client? And I wanted to put a visual on this so we all kind of understand, and hopefully we all can be in agreement that there is 5 basic stages, in the lifetime of a client. There's that client attraction part. That's number 1, stage number 1. Okay, well, we have to attract a client, very important. Then we have stage number 2, which is the initial call. This is like the first date. Okay, it's really funny. My analogy is, the stage number 1 is like the attraction. Let's look at this as from a dating standpoint. There has to be an attraction there. There has to be an attraction there in order for you to actually get a first date. The second stage, this is the initial call. This is kind of the first date. Do we even like each other? Yes, we have an attraction there, but do we like each other? Can we move on to the next step? And the main objective as it pertains to you as a business loan broker is getting them to provide you their credit report, and if they've been in business for more than 6 months, their bank statements. Okay, what is the main objective for a guy on a date? You're really trying to get it to, you're trying to make it to the end. Okay, you're trying to get it to the bedroom. Let's just be honest. But of course, there's certain things that have to be done in order to do so. You have to buy the flowers. You have to set the date. You have to open the door. You have to do all of these things in order for you to do that. Now, hopefully, sometimes we get to the bedroom, but if not, we at least want a second date. That second date is generally called a funding review. Let me make that make sense. So the first date that we have the client attraction, we attract the client, and we're going to dive deep into all the different ways that we're attracting the client on here. Okay, maybe on a separate video, we're going to talk about the best way to attract a client. But at the end of the day, we all have to agree that in order for you to have a successful business, any business, okay, not just funding business, but any business, even if you're selling donuts out there, you have to be able to attract the clients. That's first and foremost. Okay, now next, after that, you have to handle that initial call. This is it. This is that first day. You better smell good. You better look good. You got to keep and maintain that attraction that got you there to begin with. Okay, now how do you do that? You have to be knowledgeable about your products. That leads into why I provided this funding program here. You have to know what you're talking about, okay? You have to be able to verbally present it well. You have to literally be able to present it in writing. And that introduced me to this, funding program packet that I'm providing all my students that's going to be able to provide clarity on all the different programs that are available for that dreaded send me some information about your program that you usually get at the end of that first date, at the end of that initial call. If you are not good enough to convince them to provide you those documents just based on that call, then this is something that you can provide to them. This is something that, when you're meeting for lunch with a potential referral partner, that you can use this document. When you're meeting with a potential client, you can create some type of a pamphlet where you can present the different documents that we offer, the different PATs as we call it. But getting back to this, and then I'll introduce you to the funding packet. Number 1, client attraction. Number 2, initial call. That's that first date. Objective being gathering those documents needed to do an evaluation. Okay. Stage 3. This is right here. Stage 3. Ooh. This is what we do: evaluation, funding review, and process the loan. Okay, there's 3 different things that's going on here. Okay, so we do an evaluation, and then there's a funding review. This is kind of what you call it the second date. That's really important, where you go back to the client and tell them what they qualify for, and they sign a funding review and agreement. I want to say this is funding review and agreement. But we can break this thing down. Actually, better yet, and I was just thinking about this as I got on this call. So I'm going to create some different stages to make this make sense so we can break this thing down. Funding review and fee agreement, and then we're going to add one more stage here. So no, correction, it's not just 5 stages, it's a little bit more stages that we're going to put on there. And then finally, we got the 6th stage. Okay, so initial call, and then we come back and we do the evaluation. Pennington Consulting Group does the evaluation. And then after that, there's unless you're your own agency and you know how to do your own evaluations, then of course you handle that. After that, there's a funding review and an agreement stage. Okay, this is when you go back to them and you say, hey, man, this is what we can do. Okay, look at that as the proposal before the real marriage, however you want to look at this. And then they actually sign the agreement. Okay, and then after that, we process their file. And after that, they receive their funding and we collect our fee. This is the lifespan of a loan process if you wanted to see it in big picture. And I'm going to make a video that breaks this thing down in depth. But the purpose of this video is I wanted to share with you this document that I created, this powerful document that I created, which I call the Pennington Funding Program Matrix. I want to go over each one of the program categories on here. And again, if you're one of my students, you will be receiving this document for you to have. So first page, of course, funding programs that are available, 3 paths of lending, 25 program categories. Yes, it's 25 programs. So as we go through these programs, let's go ahead and get started, okay? Of course, we got the simple process, long-term support, all the great marketing language that you need in order to have something like this. Let me zoom out just a little bit. We're going to zoom out again. We're going to zoom this thing out again. And just one more time, we're going to zoom out again, okay? Now, after this, we're going to go ahead and talk about all the different programs. And of course, I've broken it down based on the 3 paths. Now, the first program we're going to talk about is going to be on the credit-based path. That's the first path that we're going to talk about. Now, again, credit path lending, right? We'll talk about all the different programs within the credit-based path. Unsecured business lines, aka business credit cards, that is included on there. It discusses the different features of the business credit cards, minimum and maximum ranges, traditional credit lines. It has it right on there, very descriptive as to what it is. People sometimes confuse business credit cards with traditional credit lines. Traditional credit lines still do exist. These are traditional lines of credit with true cash access. Again, true cash access to the borrower, really important, and kind of a long lost product that people still think that doesn't exist. We have numerous lenders that offer this product. Everybody's just stuck on the credit cards. This is unsecured personal credit lines. Again, we're on the credit path. All these programs require no income verification, no time in business, none of that. It's stated income. These are credit-based programs. There's a description, the different features of the program, what it's best for, and so forth and so on is all going to be provided. Then we have the traditional personal line of credit. Again, that product that does exist. Most people have forgotten about this product. Again, information on there about that program, everything you need to know. And then we're moving now to the revenue path. Revenue path, very powerful path right there. Talks about the different programs in the revenue path. First one being the business revenue term loan, okay? Fixed interest rate, fixed term, fixed monthly payment. Then you have the regular personal consumer loan, okay? Personal consumer loan, fixed rate, fixed term, fixed monthly payment. Moving on, we got the merchant cash advance to describe that program in detail. And then we have the purchase order financing to describe that program in detail. And then we have the factoring loan. That program is described in detail on there as well. Every single program, revenue line of credit, that is a line of credit that is tied into revenue. That program is described on there in detail as well. I decided to basically branch off SBA programs into one set category themselves because SBA programs, they fall into the 3 paths. There's credit-based SBA programs, meaning you can get an SBA loan without any, just strictly based on a new business. It's not just going to be strictly based on your credit because SBA wants to know a little bit more, but there are credit-driven. Some programs, in essence, there are. SBA 504 program, in case you want to purchase any real estate assets, owner-occupied real estate assets. SBA Express, a great program as well. Then you have the SBA 7A, which can be used for real estate, can be used for equipment, can be used just for working capital of the business. So again, we put SBA in its own category. Lastly, we're going to dive into the asset-based path products, okay? These are all the programs that again, require some type of asset to be put down. And we have done an amazing job. This really took me a while. I was really hoping to deliver this last week for my students, but Patient does pay. I was very patient working with my editor to make sure that this was done correctly. So again, we have our fix and flip program, fix to rent program on there. We have our fix and bridge, fix and flip, bridge loan, and fix to rent. Okay, great program that we have on there. All the information that you need to know about it, minimum, maximum loan amounts, LTVs, everything, the ARV, the CLTV, everything that you need to know is going to be provided for you on this document. We have our new construction loan. This is focused on our single family residence, 1 to 4 units, okay? Fixed to flip, bridge plus, fixed to rent, all those different programs. What's needed in order to qualify for these programs? Every single thing that you need to know is going to be available for you right here. And it's going to be very powerful, and it's going to get you to really stand out when you're meeting a client for coffee, when you're meeting a client over the phone and you want them to go over all the different programs, or they send you, they tell you to send them an email, all the different programs that we offer. There's a lot of information on here, okay? And what I will also do is, this is somebody that the students can do. You can break this thing down. So in case they just need information about our credit-based programs, we can send them our credit-based program packet. If they need information about our revenue-based programs, we can send them our revenue loan program packet. Because one of the things that I was thinking about, even as I'm going through this, it can tend to be a little bit overwhelming because there's just so much information on here. But this allows you to stand out, allows you to build that credibility, allows you to be able to really demand a second date. Okay. Remember when we're talking about the client attraction and the initial call? This is the first date. This is really going to get them to get you to send those documents. You need to be able to understand that people do business with people they know and like. And people do business with people they know and like and trust. I want to add that to the end. Okay. So you're meeting somebody. That lead is generated based on whatever efforts and lead client attraction that you decided to choose. That first date needs to be a place where you build credibility with that person, so they can go ahead and provide you the documents that you need for you to do your job. Okay, moving on, we got the rental programs. This is where we got the DSCR program and also our DSCR Premier. Believe it or not, you can get a 30-year interest-only DSCR loan. That's with a balloon payment due in 5 or 10 years. Really, really amazing. That allows the borrower, the investor, to keep very low monthly payments. Okay, so really amazing program. Now, of course, keep in mind that you're not paying on none of the principal. You're simply just servicing the interest on that loan. So yes, you get lower payments, but keep in mind, you're betting on the equity of that property going up because you're not paying off your debt at all. Okay, so we have that program as well. Really an amazing program. Lastly, we have our multifamily and commercial real estate programs. Okay, this is for your 5+ units, for your mobile homes, for all of those programs. So we have everything broken down here for each one of those programs. For bank loan program, okay, we got the CMBS program, really great for long term. Again, offices, industrial, senior living, student living, hospitality, mixed use, mobile home parks, parking lots, industrial, self-storage. All of those programs, we can get them 25 to 30-year term loans, long term. Really amazing program. We got the Fannie Mae loans, for 5+ units. We also got the Freddie Mac on here. Really, really cool stuff. And then we got the hard money, of course, allows them to secure the property instantly, without the documents that's generally required with those, what I call full doc or conventional products. Okay. We also have a foreign national loan program. Okay. Most students, and they've gone through my program. Still, it's just so overwhelming. There's so many different programs. So, you have everything in here. So in case the client sees something that interests them as well, they can point it out and gives you an opportunity to go ahead and talk about it. So there's so many different ways that I want you to use this packet. There's a foreclosure bailout program. We'll have that one as well. There's just so many different ways. We have a 401k retirement program that allows you to, of course, use your 401k to get some financing. We got the equipment financing program as well. We have other different tiers. It kind of just gives you an ability to be able to kind of see where the client will fall under based on their request, based on their credit score, based on their time in business, a few different factors that are considered for equipment. We also have a restaurant equipment financing program. And lastly, brings us to this amazing program. Okay, I saved the best for last. But when I'm telling you, I got excited. Okay, I had a mental orgasm when I was finding about this program, because this is really a great program. This program is called a Home Equity Advance Program, and it's not a loan technically. in order for us to meet the rules and regulations that are out there. What it is you selling a position of equity in your real estate property and getting an advance on those funds. So, for example, for borrowers, and what is this designed for? This is designed for borrowers that want to tap the equity of their home, but they're not able to for various many reasons. One of them being maybe they don't want to refinance because they have really good low rate in first position. Maybe they can't refinance because they have really bad credit scores. They don't meet that credit score requirement threshold. Maybe they can't refinance because they don't meet that debt to income refinance threshold and they want to tap into their equity. Properties have gone up significantly. If you bought a house for $250,000 and your debt to income ratio allowed you to qualify for $250,000 loan, now it's gone up to $500,000. You have $250K worth of equity on top of your house, but your income didn't do anything, or you got a reduction in income and you cannot qualify for that amount of money. This allows you to get that amount of money. Okay, so a really amazing program. Bad credit, not wanting to touch first position, can't meet the debt to income ratio requirement, or properties have significantly gone up where they just not able to meet any of these requirements. So what they can do is they can sell an equity position of their property, have those payments advanced to them. Okay, as far as not payments necessarily, have those funds advanced to them, and it's a 10-year loan that does not have any monthly servicing requirements. You pay 0 monthly payments on this loan. Really crazy. Okay, so how, you might be thinking, how is it paid off? How does the lender make their money? They make their money in a few different ways. One of the things is there's a balloon payment that is due in 10 years. You have to pay it off in full, okay, in 10 years, one-time payments. Or whenever you sell the property, you can pay it off that way because they're going to be in second position. Or when you refinance it, you can pay them off that way as well. So, but they're not going to be bothering you for 10 freaking years. Think about it. If you're a business owner, if you're a homeowner, this allows you now to tap into the equity of your property and actually start a business or do whatever you want to do. If you're a broker, now you can help people that own and occupy their properties with this product because this is not a loan. Okay, before, in order for you to be able to help those borrowers, you have to have a license in their specific state. Any owner-occupied residential properties we were not able to touch. But now we can sell the equity position of those properties with this specific program. Guys, this is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, I don't want to put the ladies out there, but just really think about what we're talking about here. For you to be able to help a small business owner tap into their equity and get funds advanced to them instantly and them not have to worry about servicing that debt, that is huge, okay, significantly huge. One of the programs that we offer, as you can see on here. So anyway, tons of videos coming about that specific program. And as well, as you can see, this finishes off with our goal helps you reach your goal. It's going to have my name and my information on there. If you are one of our students, upon request only, you need to schedule a time where we can create this for you and also put a professional image on there, okay? And by the way, there's so many different AI tools. There's a video that is coming up real soon that I'm going to talk about AI tools like Race, which allows you to create multiple different professional looking pictures. So, in case that, you have a picture or you want to go ahead and create a different professional pictures, so we can add on your flyer right here. I'm going to show you how to do that with that AI tool, okay? Some of you is not as handsome as I am, so you definitely need some help. This AI tool is going to be able to help you out. Next, we're going to talk about Ad Creative AI that allows you can literally grab this document, slap it on Ad Creative's AI, and tells you to come up with videos for every single one of those products. You can put them on ClickUp, YouTube, whatever it is, whatever channel that you want to use in order for you to stick out as an authority. As we talked about that first stage, the client attraction stage, you can put them on there and you can quickly start advertising the different products that we offer. Okay. So anyway, as you can see, a lot of information that I've been working on this year. This has been a year of growth. It really has. I was just watching a video somebody made, one of the influencers that I follow on YouTube, and he said it's about 51 days, now 50 days before 2026. Really hard to imagine how quickly that we just sped through 2025 and the growth that we've seen here at Broker Solutions Academy. More so, this was a growing year, and I can definitely feel the growing pains that we've kind of endured together as a team, as my students, moving different CRMs, moving different platforms, all the different changes that I've been throwing at everybody, and helping them maximize how they reach out to their current audience, And we've all been slapped with ChatGPT and all this AI stuff, which is going to revolutionize this lending broker industry. If you're not using ChatGPT and AI tools on a daily basis, you're just missing out. Okay, and I'm going to be introducing these tools as well to some of my students and pretty much everybody. Anyway, if you didn't know Brian Muckman Sotana, there's going to be a link in the description on how you can schedule a time if you're interested in becoming a business loan broker, or if you're interested in just getting funding for your business as well. There's going to be a link below on how we can connect together. I appreciate your time. If you're one of my students and you're receiving this video on email, you're going to get an attachment with that program funding matrix so you can take a look at it. You need to schedule a time so we can create a funding program matrix for your business with your information and your information only. Also, there's going to be what I call a broker packet matrix that's going to have the same information, but in addition to that, it's going to break down exactly what you can potentially expect to make for every single one of those loan programs. Okay, get that. Make sure you're ready for that next week. But final wrap-ups: interested in funding? Link below. Interested in broker training? Link below. As one of my brokers, if you're getting this through email, you should have an attachment with that funding packet. You need to schedule a time. There's going to be a link on this email for you to schedule a time so we can go ahead and work on your program packet as well. Again, salute. I appreciate you for your time today, and I'll see you on the next one.